and lots about the different options that are available to you to run a flexible and family-friendly business with Pyjama Drama. There will be some documents and some songs that you can download after the meeting. And also, please do ask questions as you go along as well. There is a question box on the right-hand side of your screen. So if you have a question as we go along, please just pop it in there, and I will try to get through as many of those as we can throughout the meeting. If there's any questions that we don't manage to get through, then we'll have time at the end. So don't worry about that. We should be able to get through them all. So I'll tell you a little bit about me very briefly. Previously, I am a drama and English teacher, as well as being a mum to 3. Pyjama Drama has been running as a franchise for just over 10 years now, and I'm lucky enough to work with my sister, Rachel McKenna. Just change the screen. Rachel is also an ex-teacher. She's also run her own business before joining us at Pyjama Drama. She has 2 children of her own, and she is our in-house designer as well as director. So both Rachel and I firmly believe in work-life balance. We both absolutely love our jobs. We love working, and so therefore we do work really hard and we put a lot of time into it. But above all else, we do prioritise our family. So wherever possible, we work flexibly to make sure that if we can, we have the best of both worlds. Because running a successful franchise and being there for your family, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, can be a challenge. My children are quite older now. They're nearly 18, nearly 16 and 13, but they still need me as much as they ever did. Even when they were very little, they still need me. It's just different, and I still want to be there for them. And it's why I gave up teaching in the first place, so that I could have more autonomy over my own working life and also create the work-life balance that I wanted, so I could be there for my children. So basically, everything that Rachel and I do is geared towards making sure that our franchisees have that same work-life balance and also is able to, build a good income for them. So, as I said before, we've got 32 franchisees in the UK, and you'll be able to see some of them on the screen, and you'll also be able to meet one of our franchisees, Kirsty, in a little while. The vast majority of them are parents, so we've got all sorts of different families. We've got franchisees with babies, with toddlers. Some have got 1 child, some have got a lot more. We've had franchisees adopt their children during their lifetime with us. We've got franchisees who've been pregnant and have had a couple of children whilst running the business, and they've obviously taken a maternity leave still and continued to run the business by taking on staff. So although there's no doubt that having a business and working hard and running a family at the same time can be challenging, it really is possible to have a good income and to work flexibly around your family. So as long as you're willing to work hard and you have a passion for drama for young children, then you can make a success of a Pyjama Drama business with us. So what I'd just like to do very briefly is just ask you a question. So you will see a poll appear in a second, and the question is quite simple. Do you have a teaching background? Are you from a teaching background? And obviously the answer is just a yes or no. So if you'd be able to fill that in for me, and we'll have a look at the responses in a moment, because I think it can be a misconception that you need to be a teacher or that you need to have been a teacher to run a Pyjama Drama franchise, and you absolutely don't. Rachel and I are both experienced teachers, so it's our job to give our franchisees the training, no matter what level they start with us. So just wait for a few more seconds to see if anybody else wants to quickly join in with that poll. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. It should appear on your screen. Okay, so 27% of you have been a teacher and 73% are not from a teaching background. So that's interesting. The current network that we have in the UK, 69% of our franchisees have never been a teacher. So as you can see, that's a high percentage, and they haven't needed to have that background in order to run a successful franchise. It's also interesting just to quickly tell you maybe what our franchisees have done before joining us. So we've literally had all sorts of people. We've had people who've been in the army. We've got actually 2 people who've been lawyers. We've got teachers. We've got actors. We've got people who've worked in sales. Literally, there is a really broad spectrum of people. And also what's quite interesting is only 66% of our franchisees haven't got a drama degree. So again, it can be a misconception that, oh, well, if I want to join Pyjama Drama, I need to have been an actress or an actor, or I need to have got a drama degree. Again, you don't. Obviously, you need drama skills, but that just means being able to put on silly voices, take on different roles, play with children at their level, you know, and just have those drama skills. You don't have to have any actual experience in drama. So because our franchisees are all so different, we offer 3 different franchise opportunities. And I'm going to introduce those to you now. So you've got an overview. Some of you may know about our 3 options already, but if you don't, here's a summary. So there's the party franchise, which is obviously delivering Pyjama Drama parties, and that's working mainly at the weekends, although obviously some children do want their parties in the week, but it's mainly at the weekends. The Pyjama Drama franchise is working mainly during the week, and that's delivering classes and interactive performances. If you buy the Pyjama Drama franchise, you can work at the weekend if you want to. It's optional, but most people work in the week because that's what suits their circumstances. And then the After School Club franchise is working, obviously, as the name suggests, mainly after school, delivering drama clubs in schools. But again, you could also work in the day. You might want to take on some work in a school during curriculum time. And also, if you wanted to put on a class at the weekend as well, then obviously that would be another option. So it's very flexible. And most people choose to run one franchise to begin with and then buy a second franchise at a later date. So that might be right for you. It might not be. You might just want to run the one franchise. You might want to consider buying one initially and then adding on at a later date. And obviously that just depends on your circumstances. And very often it depends on how people are thinking about growing their family. So that can be a real, that can affect their choice. Okay, so that's an overview of the franchise offerings, and we will be going into a bit more detail about each one of those throughout today's meeting, this evening's meeting, I should say. And let's have a look at what else we're going to be looking at in this evening's meeting. So this is our agenda. So I'm going to talk you through now our USPs, or unique selling points, and then I'll give you a little bit more information about each separate franchise. Then you're going to hear from Kirsty, our franchisee, who's joining us from Southampton. Then you'll meet Rachel, who, as I said, is my sister and our director and in-house designer, and she will talk to you through all the financial aspects of running a business, so how much the franchise costs, what you can expect to return, and what the ongoing costs are of running a business. There's a few final key points that we'd like to tell you, and then, as I said, there'll be time for questions. So I'll just bear with me a second. Okay, so our unique selling points, first of all. I know I would say this, obviously, because I founded Pyjama Drama and I'm here selling it to you, but we really do offer the market something different, and what we offer is exceptional value for money. So the first thing I'd say is that our classes combine drama, movement, music, and play. So obviously there are music classes out there, there are movement and dance classes out there, but what we do in our classes and performances, we integrate the movement and the music and play into our drama to help enhance the drama experience. So basically, if someone comes along to a Pyjama Drama class or performance or party, then they're just getting more value for money. Imagination is really important. That's the absolute heart of everything that we do. So this doesn't mean, this basically means that we don't use props or costumes at all in anything that we do. Absolutely everything is done through the imagination. That doesn't mean that we don't place any value on dressing up. You know, dressing up has got a great place in children's development, and it's a really important thing to do. But in our classes and parties and performances, we don't need to dress up and we don't need props. So if we want to fly to the moon on a magic carpet, then we've got the magic carpet there. And if we want to go on a bus, the bus is there, because it's all in our imagination. We don't need to put on clothes or, you know, any different types of clothes to be another person. At the end of the day, that sparkly dress in the box is never going to be as sparkly as the one in your imagination. So it's one of our real core values. The imagination is key to absolutely all of our programmes. Our drama is child-led. So this is another really important and unique aspect of everything that we do. And this basically just means that the leader has got the autonomy and the confidence to kind of go off script. So if we were in a drama session and the dog had chewed our shoe when we needed to go and buy some new shoes, then it might be sort of in the script that we'd walk down to the shoe shop, past the park, feed the ducks on the way or whatever. But one child might suddenly see that there's a magic carpet and decide that we need to go and buy shoes from the man in the moon. So that would be what we would do. We would go with the child's imagination, and that's what we do at every stage. We try to reinforce that child-led drama, and obviously we give our franchisees a lot of training of how to do that. And then the more experience they get, it becomes a really fun part of our sessions for the leaders and obviously for the children as well. We have over 400 different plans currently, and what that means is that a child can start Pyjama Drama at 6 months, finish at 7, and never repeat the same session twice. So that's obviously really valuable for the children because they get to go on lots and lots and lots and lots of different adventures, and they explore lots of different worlds, both real and imaginary. But it's also a good selling point for parents who come along to the classes, because if they go to a class where there's a rolling program, after 12 weeks or so, they can get quite bored of going back to the beginning. Well, we never go back to the beginning. Every session is unique and different. And because it's child-led, then you're never going to have 2 sessions that are the same anyway. I continue to write new material as well. So it's not like the program is finished. I'm always writing new material. For example, at the moment, I am writing some plans and some classes and interactive performances for the World Cup and also for the Royal Wedding. So that will really help our franchisees to either get into nurseries maybe that they've not been in before, or schools, because it's very topical and it's be something that everybody's interested in. And they'll also be able to put sort of shows on over the summer holidays and over May half term, because it's a topical and timely subject. So the content is forever growing basically and forever expanding. And on the subject of content, it's all original to Pyjama Drama, so you won't go to another class and see that content there. All the games are original to Pyjama Drama, have all been written by me. All our songs are original. They've all been recorded by Pyjama Drama. We have a few songs that we've recorded that are traditional nursery rhymes, so the Grand Old Duke of York or Twinkle Twinkle, but the vast majority have been written to support and be integrated into the drama, as well as to enhance the imagination and develop key skills. So that's another unique selling point. Everything we do is completely original and it's been developed over a 10-year period. So there's an awful lot of depth and breadth to the programme, and we know that it works. So just on the songs for a second, the songs are sung by me, and I'm not a professional singer. The other voice on our songs is my brother-in-law, Dan Lee. He is also not a professional singer. We're both just parents who recognise the value of singing with our children. And that was intentional. We didn't want to employ a professional singer, because another one of our aims at Pyjama Drama is to encourage parents to be creative with their children and to let them know that it's okay to sing and not have the perfect voice. So, as I said, that was an intentional decision that we made. Okay, I'm now going to give you a brief overview of each of the franchise opportunities. After the meeting, you'll be able to download our info pack. So the info pack has got a lot of information in about each franchise. So, feel free to throw away the pen, don't make notes if you don't want to. I won't be able to share specific teaching plans, but I can provide people with more specific detail if anybody wants a one-to-one meeting at any time, over the next few days or weeks. If you do feel at any time during this presentation this evening that you would like what Rachel or I to give you a call, then please just pop in the question box your name and a suitable time or a suitable day, and we can arrange that for you. And if you do want a one-to-one meeting, obviously we can talk a lot more about the teaching plans and things like that. So for each of the 3 franchises, I will answer the following questions. So first of all, if you take on one of the franchises, who will you be delivering Pyjama Drama to? Because it varies slightly depending on which franchise you choose. Secondly, where and when will you be delivering Pyjama Drama? Again, it might change slightly depending on the franchise. And thirdly, how much will you charge for that service that you're offering? Just to say before we move on, no matter which franchise you buy, you will work in an exclusive territory that belongs to you. So no other person can come in and deliver Pyjama Drama in that territory unless you employ them. And the way that our territories are created is by an experience mapping company who have a lot of access to a lot of demographic information that we don't have access to. So we've created territories to make each territory as far as we possibly can as equal to each other, so that everybody sort of starts from the same point. And just to give you an idea of size, our territories are around about 200,000 in population. So they are more than big enough to launch and grow and build a really successful business. Okay, so we'll look at the Pyjama Drama franchise first of all. So who would you be delivering to? So if you bought the Pyjama Drama franchise, you would be delivering classes to babies, toddlers and children up to 4 years of age. So we have 3 age differentiated programs. So if you were teaching a baby class, it would be 30 minutes, a toddler class would be 35 minutes, and a preschool class would be 40 minutes. If it was a public class, so you'd set up a class in your local leisure centre or a local village hall, then you would, the maximum number of children you would take is 12, and that's because it's such a physical, interactive class. The leader needs to focus on as much individual children as they possibly can. So we don't pack the rafters in, we make sure that we deliver a quality class and a quality experience. If you're in a nursery, there's obviously less bodies in a nursery because you won't have the parents there. So in a nursery, you can take up to 16 children. An interactive performance, that is suitable for children from 3 to 7. And they are either 50 to 60 minutes long for up to 30 children. So again, it's differentiated by age and time. The 50-minute interactive performance would be suitable for the children under 5, and then the ones, the 60-minute longer performances would be for those slightly older children. So that's who you would be delivering Pyjama Drama to if you bought the Pyjama Drama franchise. And you would be delivering these classes and interactive performances in nurseries, in schools, and as I said, in public settings where you set up your own classes. Obviously in term time and school holidays. So school holidays have been, recently our franchisees have done a lot of interactive performances in school holidays. They've been really popular. Because it's the wider age range, you can take children up to 7. Obviously, people are bringing siblings as well, and they've been incredibly popular. So you'd mainly be working during the week, but as I said, some people do work at the weekends as well. They might put some Saturday classes on, which can be successful, so weekends would be optional. Okay, and this is a guide to how much our franchisees charge. So for a public class or an interactive performance, our franchisees are charging in between 5 and 6. I think some people have actually recently started charging £6.50 in some areas. And you would be expecting to achieve an average of £35 a class in a nursery or a school if you were going every week, or if you were doing back-to-back sessions. If it was just a one-off, then you'd be charging more than the 35. So that's the Pyjama Drama franchise. The After School Club franchise, obviously is for slightly older children. This is our Sunbeams programme. So this programme is for children between 5 and 7 years. The classes are 1 hour long, and again, it's a range of in between 12 and 16 children. If you're delivering a Sunbeams class on your own, then your insurance would cover you to teach 12 children, and if you had a helper, you could teach up to 16. Now, if you have been a teacher and you're used to teaching classes of 30, you might think, well, you know, I could take a lot more than that. And some of our franchisees who have been teachers do sometimes take a little bit more, and we just agree that with them, and they change their insurance. But ultimately, what we're trying to do is give a real quality experience, one where every child has a chance to play a part and have their voice heard. So again, we don't want to sort of pack these classes in and make them not accessible for, you know, for children who might be shy. and for the children who are a little bit more confident and need to learn sort of how to concentrate and cooperate. Okay, so obviously you would be delivering the After School Club franchise program in after school clubs. Many of our franchisees do get short-term contracts in schools where they go and deliver our classes in curriculum time. And there is the option to set up public classes for this age range as well. Obviously, this is mainly a term time business, but the option is there for you to do school holidays if you wanted to put on public classes. And again, it's during the week with weekends optional. Okay, so the charges, we're looking at an average of £40 for an after school club for the hour. Again, £5 to £6 for a public class, and again, an average of £35 in a school if you were delivering maybe more than one class throughout, in the day. Sometimes people deliver 6 classes in a school during the day. If it was just a one-off class, then your fees would be more. And obviously, this is something that we go into a lot of detail in training. Okay, so finally, the party franchise. The party franchise is delivering our interactive theatre parties. And they are suitable for children in between 3 and 7 years. And again, they're differentiated depending on the age of the audience. So 50 minutes would be for the children who are under 5, and then 60 minutes for those older children. And you can take up to around 30 children in a party. Obviously, it goes without saying, you'll be delivering these at children's birthday parties, mainly at weekends. And obviously, then you fit in your admin and marketing to suit you, whether that be at the weekends or during the week. And you're looking at around £120 to £150 a party. That will depend on how many children you have, and it can also depend on the area in which you live and sort of what your competitors are charging for parties, and what you think is reasonable price for you in your territory. Okay, so as I said, if you do want some more information about any of those, an individual franchise or 2 of the franchises, please do request a call back by just popping your name and a preferred time for us to contact you in the question box there. Okay, so just another quick poll, if that's all right. So this one, again, will appear on your screen. And you just need to choose A, B, or C for this one. And the question is, what is most important to you? Actually, sorry, there's only 2. Work-life balance or earning a good income. It might be that both are equal importance to you. So maybe if both are of equal importance, maybe don't answer it. But if you strongly feel that work-life balance is more important, or the income. Oh, the C is there. Sorry, I can't see that. So yeah, so it's A, work-life balance, B, earning a good income, or C, both of equal importance. Okay, great. Let's just give you another couple of seconds. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. Okay, fantastic. Well, that just basically mirrors exactly what our franchisees would say. It mirrors why I started Pyjama Drama in the first place. I wanted to find a way to make a good income. I wanted to do something that felt worthwhile and that I was proud of, but I also wanted that work-life balance. So because I started the business as a much younger mum there with 3 children, that is what I set out to do, to create a business that gave me both of those things, which is why now, as I've replicated the business into a franchise, that's why it offers our franchisees exactly the same. So that's fantastic. Thank you for doing that. And now it's time to meet Kirsty, who's a franchisee from Southampton East. So I'll just quickly share my screen, and you should see me disappear and Kirsty appear.
Great. Hi everyone. So my name's Kirsty and I'm the franchisee for Southampton. I brought my Pyjama Drama franchise about 2 years ago, and I'm really pleased with how well my business has grown within that time. I own all 3 elements of the Pyjama Drama franchise. So that's the public classes, for babies and children and classes in nurseries, the party franchise, and also the 5 to 7 Sunbeams franchise for the school age children. So as you can imagine, that's kept me quite busy. I chose Pyjama Drama because as soon as I found it, it immediately appealed to me. The quality of the product is what really stood out initially to me. I'd been looking into a change of career for some time. I'd previously been a dance and drama teacher in a further education college. As soon as I discovered Pajama Drama, I knew it was the right path for me. The brand, the content of what they offered to children and to families and to nurseries, the professionalism of the company, their approach to child-led learning and imaginative play all really stood out to me. And meeting the team at head office, firstly through a webinar, much like this one today, just confirmed that this was the career move that I had been looking for. As soon as I met Sarah and Rachel, I realised just what being a part of a franchise was all about. The support from head office is amazing. I'd had some doubts about running my own business after a previous career, which had felt quite safe. Stepping into my own business felt like a really big leap to take. But I quickly realised that at Pajama Drama, you are never really on your own. The guidance has been so valuable during the process of purchasing the franchise, then the initial training and starting out, right through to today when my business has really taken off. The other element that appealed to me was that I could create a job that works around my commitments. I've got 3 children, and so home life is fairly busy, but Pajama Drama has enabled me to create my own work timetable to ensure that I can still be there as a mum and enjoy time with my family. For me, it gave me the work-life balance that I'd always wanted, and I haven't really looked back. So it has totally lived up to my expectations. The training I received at head office was brilliant. Sarah is fantastic at what she does. Watching her teach Pajama Drama just filled me with joy and made me realise just how cleverly put together the Pajama Drama programme is and just how unique it is. In training, Sarah really helped us to overcome any inhibitions we had. You have to be able to be a bit silly, to have fun and to play and to really get down to the children's level and engage with them in play. And that's exactly what we did for the first few days of training, and it was so much fun. But training also covered the business elements of running your own business. So this is where I felt that I needed the most support, and I learned so much during training, from marketing to the booking and payment systems we use, how to manage my own finances. It was invaluable. And I left training absolutely buzzing to get my business up and running. So after training, you're not left on your own just to get on with it. There are post-training meetings, which can be done via a webinar or Skype. I was on the phone to Sarah and Rachel quite regularly to start with for various questions and advice. We also have regular growth meetings with either Sarah or Rachel, and these are one-to-one meetings via Skype. These are a really great way to reflect on how your business is going, to decide on what you want to do next, what you want to add, or all the advice they give is really, really practical, and it just highlights Sarah and Rachel's wealth of knowledge in how to grow a business. It's also a really good opportunity to have a chat about what you want to achieve, about any problems that you're having, talk about ideas for your business. So they are really valuable. As I said earlier, you are never alone at Pajama Drama. There are so many wonderful, like-minded people running their franchises across the country, across the world, in fact. And we meet at our annual 2-day seminar, sorry, every year. And this is a great opportunity to meet new franchisees and catch up with those that you already know. We have extra training at these seminars and brilliant guest speakers coming in to help us again to grow our business, and we also share ideas together, which is really great. If I could put one thing across to you about being part of Pajama Drama, it's that we are one giant team, and it really feels like that. So for me, starting my own business didn't seem quite so scary as I maybe had initially thought. We all need each other in order to succeed. So if franchisees don't succeed, then head office doesn't succeed. And so you know, vice versa, it works both ways. So we all are working together to grow Pyjama Drama, and that is a really fantastic feeling to be part of that. So in the almost 2 years that I've been running my business, this is how Pyjama Drama has fitted into my life. So I run 9 public classes a week, and that's a mixture of different age groups, from the baby sessions right through to the school age children. I run 3 after school clubs also within schools, and then I also deliver around about 4 nursery sessions a week, sometimes more, as some nurseries perhaps just book once a month or once every half term, but I have 4 regular weekly nurseries currently. I also deliver about 4 parties a month, and so my weekends are quite busy, but I love them. And this means I'm able to do the school run every morning. So I feel like I am there as a mum, and be back home in time for tea in the evenings. And so I can feel like I am, you know, not leaving my family too much. And a far cry from my previous job when I was crawling in from work at 7:30 every night. So I love it. So my future plans for my business, I'm looking to take on a session leader within the next few months to deliver some of the parties that I do, so that I can have some of my weekends back, and also somebody to take on a little bit of my teaching during the week, so that I can then start up more classes, go into more nurseries and build the business further. I can honestly say to you that stepping into the world of Pyjama Drama was the best decision I've ever made. I'm so proud of my business and of what I've achieved, and I go to work happy every day, so I can't recommend it enough. So I really hope that that's given you some sort of insight into what it's like to run your Pyjama Drama business, and I'll be here until the end of the meeting, and feel free to ask me any questions. Thanks very much.
Hello everybody, I'm Rachel. Thank you again for being here, and thank you Kirsty. That's so lovely to hear your perspective on things. Thank you for being here too. So as promised, I'm going to talk to you about the financial elements of running a business with Pyjama Drama. So crucially, how much it costs, what's included, and how much you can potentially earn. So we'll have a look first of all at the 3 franchises, which you saw this slide before, but now we can show you the prices. So some of you, I presume, will be aware of these prices already because you may have looked on the website or already downloaded our info pack. But just to give you a quick overview, so our party franchise is normally just shy of £3,000, but we do have a special offer running at the moment on the party franchise, which means that you can join the team as a party franchisee for just £1,000. We do have to stop that offer at the end of this month, so that will only apply to party franchisees who apply during this month and train during March, and then the price will have to go back up. The Pyjama Drama franchise is just over £5,000, and the After School Club franchise just over £2,000. And again, as you can see, those prices include VAT. And let's have a look at what it includes. So regardless of which franchise you buy, they all contain certain things within your franchise fee. So you'll all receive a DBS police check in the name of Pyjama Drama, a uniform, so you'll get 2 t-shirts of your choice, all of the administrative documents that you need to run your business. So that includes obviously all the lesson plans, your registers, access to our intranet, which has our Monday update on, all of our music, Centre of Excellence, training videos, example emails, examples of marketing campaigns, literally everything you can think of we have on our intranet. Obviously, you have a website presence. The website is one of our key tools for marketing. You get a wide range of printed marketing material, which is personalised with your name and contact details. And you also get access to artwork for other marketing material, which you can get printed as you wish. And obviously you get your training, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about later on. And finally, you get the exclusive territory, which Sarah spoke to you about before. If you choose to run the Pyjama Drama franchise, you also get some children's t-shirts in with the franchise fee and some play equipment, and equally there's play equipment included in our after school club franchise. So I'm just going to show you just a few bits of examples of our marketing material. So this is a screenshot of the homepage of our website. We are really proud of our website because it's brand new. We launched it at the end of December last year. Any of you who may be familiar with our old website, hopefully you'll see that it's still very much Pyjama Drama. Brand is incredibly important, and we have hopefully just freshened up the brand for 2018, but without losing what's really integral to it. There are lots of new features on the website, which I don't have time to go into tonight, but I'm more than happy to if you want to arrange a one-to-one meeting. What's great is that those features are beneficial both to customers and also to franchisees, so we're really proud of it. And then I'll just show you a few bits of our printed marketing material. So you can see a certificate on the left, one of our October holiday leaflets on the right. There's one of our generic posters advertising public classes, and also our holiday leaflet for the summer holidays. Then that top image is artwork for an outside banner, which franchisees can have printed to put outside nurseries or schools that they work in to obviously increase that brand awareness in your area. And then at the bottom there is an example of one of our car magnets. So some of our franchisees, like the lovely Kirsty, have gone all out and had their car liveried. So she's driving around in the Pyjama Drama fun bus and it looks amazing. But equally, you can, for a really low cost, get Pyjama Drama car magnets, which you can stick on the side of your car as well, just to get your name out there a little bit as you're pottering around town. So I'm going to talk to you about the ongoing payments which you'll have to make. So obviously there's some ongoing payments, there's a commitment to paying to Pyjama Drama, and then you'll have other just business costs which are associated with running any business. So just like with all franchises, there is a management fee. So at Pyjama Drama, that's 8% of your turnover plus VAT, paid monthly. And this is for our ongoing support, for access to all of the business developments and ongoing training and so on. And like I say, that is the way that franchising works, so there's nothing unusual about that. We also ask you for a national marketing contribution. So depending on which franchise you own or how many franchises you own, you'll be looking at paying between £23 and £33 a month plus VAT. Now, this goes into two things, the national marketing money. The vast majority of it goes into what we call our marketing levy, and that money is yours, so it doesn't belong to us here at head office. It's the network's money, and it accrues over time, and it enables our franchisees to pay for really large-scale marketing items which a sole trader could never afford to do on their own. So, for example, they paid 50% towards developing a new website, and the marketing levy has also paid to have Trustpilot integrated into the website. That's an online review system, a bit similar to, what's it called? The one where the online review thing where you go on to look for when you want to go on holiday and you go on your TripAdvisor. It's a bit like TripAdvisor, but for service-based products. So if you go onto our website, you will see that we are currently rated 5-star excellence. So both of those things cost literally thousands of pounds. There's no way in the world that somebody running a small business as a sole trader in Pyjama Drama would be able to afford to buy those things. So that's obviously a really useful way to benefit from the fact that you are part of a network. So just to give you an idea of some of the ongoing business costs that you'll also have, insurances and data protection, around about £200 a year. Local marketing, we recommend you spend between £300 and £1,000 a year. Again, that will depend on your circumstances and on which franchise you're running. That said, in the first year, you'll probably find you spend less than the recommended amount, and that's mostly because you receive such a large amount of printed marketing material as part of your initial fee. You'll also need a portable docking station and an iPod or similar, and if you're running our party franchise, you'd need a portable PA system and head mic, which you can buy a reasonable one for about £150. So I'm going to talk to you now about how much you can potentially earn. Unfortunately, it's impossible, as I'm sure you can imagine, for me to give you an exact figure for every single person that's here on the webinar tonight. And that's because the franchise opportunities which we have are so flexible and so varied that not only will you likely choose different franchises or different options and mix and match them in different ways, obviously all of your personal circumstances are different. So if you choose to request a call back or get in touch with us by email at a later date, we can obviously talk to you one-to-one, really discuss with you what your personal and family circumstances are, and advise you not only on which franchise or franchises to buy into, but also give you a really realistic appraisal of how much we think you can earn and in how long. So just to give you a little overview, within the network at the minute, we've got franchisees earning anything between £12,000 a year turnover and £55,000 a year turnover. We have in the past had somebody who earned in excess of £60,000 as their turnover. Obviously, how much you earn and how quickly you get to that level depends on a number of factors. There's always going to be a little bit of luck in there, but of course it does depend on how hard you work, how many hours you have to work, and obviously how good you are at Pyjama Drama. And we do everything we can, of course, to get you up to a really high level, not just of delivering the classes and the parties, but also in terms of being able to sell Pyjama Drama. And I know I speak for Sarah and myself when I say we're really proud of the quality of the teaching that takes place up and down the country. And, you know, credit for that goes not just to our franchisees, but also to Sarah for the training that she delivers, the practical side at head office. So let's just break it down to into the three franchises and give you a little example of how much you could potentially earn if you were working a certain amount of time. So if we look at the Pyjama Drama franchise first, so this is the franchise that costs just over £5,000. If you were delivering 16 classes a week, an average of 46 weeks of the year, and if you were charging an average of £35 a class, your turnover would be over £25,500, and your profit would be just over £19,000. So that's based on a profit margin of 75%. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about profit margins in a sec. But you can see that we are working on a really high profit margin, and that is one of the brilliant things about our business model. If you choose to run the after school franchise, so this is the one that costs just over £2,000. If you were delivering the minimum, which we would see as being 5 after school clubs a week, 39 weeks of the year, charging £40 per class, your turnover would be close to £8,000 and your profit would be just over £6,000, and that's working on an 80% profit margin. Now, obviously, you can see that it's quite easy to imagine scaffolding that business, getting in other people to build your team, to be going out to different schools in the area and also delivering after school clubs. If you also start factoring in possibly running a public class for the 5 to 7-year-olds or getting some work in curriculum time in schools, you can see how very quickly you could start turning over a much larger amount than that. And then our party franchise, so this is the franchise that's normally just shy of £3,000, but which we have the special offer on at the moment, where it's £1,000. So again, kind of bare minimum, if you were looking at delivering 2 parties a week, 50 weeks of the year, and earning £135 a party, your turnover would be £13,500 with a profit of close to £11,000. And again, that's an 80% profit margin. Again, you can imagine, I'm sure, very easily how you could have a little team of people going out across your territory and delivering parties on your behalf, and obviously increasing your turnover and your profit. So the profit margins do include really key things. They include, we've taken into account your management fee, marketing costs, an estimate of room hire and insurances. So it is a very real figure that you can work on. So if you're going away and thinking, right, realistically, how much could I be working? You know, it does give you a good starting point to work out how much you can earn. And again, if you want to have a one-to-one chat with us, something that we very often do is, you know, work out with you. If you know, working out numbers and figures isn't for you, we'll go through it with you and explain to you how to work that out. So you've got a really good idea as to kind of what you would be heading for and what you could be aiming for. So again, I've mentioned, you know, please do let us know if there's a convenient time you specifically want us to give you a call over the next few days or weeks, and we're more than happy to do that. So I'm going to talk to you about training and support in a moment, but first of all, I'm just going to do one last poll. So I'm interested to know, ideally, when you would like to launch a new business. So in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, or in the next year. Thank you. I can see lots of people are voting already. About half of us have voted so far, so I'll just give you another few minutes. Oh, again, you have an extra question, an extra option, I think, that I can't see, which is you haven't decided yet. So answer as you see fit. Okay, brilliant. Let's have a look here. What have we got? Okay, so 44%, so close to half of you want to launch fairly soon, within the next 3 to 6 months. So that's obviously really exciting from our point of view. We have training next month in March for all 3 of our franchises. You know, it's absolutely achievable for you to be booked onto one of those. We do still have some spaces. We put on training regularly throughout the year, but they're not every month. So it is really important, if you've got a specific idea as to when you think you might want to launch, and it is certainly within the next 3 months, definitely let's have a chat and make sure that we go through the process of your application and so on, giving you, you know, a good amount of time so that you don't feel rushed. And really interesting to me that over half of you haven't decided yet. This reflects our experience really at Pyjama Drama. We have people who join our team having first made contact 2 years earlier, and they follow Pyjama Drama, they keep in touch via our newsletters. If you aren't already on our mailing list, then you can just go to our website and you'll see in the top right hand corner, you just pop your email in and you can sign up to our newsletter that's all about running a business with us. If you're somebody that hasn't decided when you might want to launch a business of your own yet, it's just a really easy way of keeping in touch without feeling, you know, like people are on the phone bombarding you all the time or pestering you. You can just, from a distance, nicely keep in touch with what's going on at Pyjama Drama. And so, yeah, please do feel free to do that if you want to keep in touch in that way. Okay, so I will move on. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about training and support, because obviously, I know it's getting quite late on in the evening now, but the training that you receive, if it's something that you're seriously considering, is really important when you're looking at any franchise. You must look really carefully at the training that's on offer and the ongoing support that's on offer. So we are really proud of the training that we put on at Pyjama Drama, because it's really comprehensive and it doesn't stop once you go back out into territory. It also starts before you even get to training. So once you've been accepted and had your informal interview here at head office, you will sign your franchise agreement, or your contract, and we send you a bespoke pre-training pack. So that includes all sorts of things, some really small things like what size uniform we should order for you. But it also will include some training videos. It'll have some songs that you can start to learn, some key pieces of text that you can learn. It will also give you very clear instructions on the type of market research and planning that you can do, so that when you come to training at head office, you're just that little bit ahead of the game and you've got a few things under your belt already, and it just makes you feel a little bit more confident, and it helps in particular with the business planning side of training. So as I just mentioned, training takes place at our head office in Welshpool. Now, as somebody who is originally from Manchester, I know that that can sound like it's in the middle of nowhere, but I promise you we're really accessible, both by road and on the rail network. You would obviously be staying here in Welshpool during training week, and your training pack will also give you a range of accommodation. There's lots of lovely places to stay to suit all different budgets, because Sarah and I want to make sure that the time that you're here for training goes really smoothly, you feel comfortable, and you feel happy where you are. So the Pyjama Drama franchise, training at head office is for 5 days, and the other 2 franchises are for 2 days. 3 days, sorry, forgive me. But whichever franchise you buy, you will be teaching or working with children. So normally on day 2, you're kind of thrown into the deep end a little bit. We've got a children's day nursery, which is just attached to our building, who we work with really closely. And we also have good relationships with the local primary schools. Ongoing training and support, as Kirsty said it herself, really, you're not on your own. When you go back into territory, we have franchisees on the phone to us, or we have webinars, remote training, telephone conversations, as often as you need to keep supporting you while you launch that business. As we've said before, if your business isn't successful, we haven't got a business. So, you are our priority to make sure that you are feeling confident and that you start to make money and love your job as soon as possible. And this might sound a bit cheesy, but it sums it up. Teamwork works. It's the premise of joining a franchise. There are so many benefits of being part of a team. And I know I'm sure I speak for Kirsty and Sarah and for our other franchisees when I say that we have a really great team and people are really supportive. So just a final few key points, and then if there's any questions, we'll have a couple of minutes for that as well. So the contract that you would be signing if you decide to run a business with Pyjama Drama is written by a BFA accredited solicitor. That stands for the British Franchising Association. If you haven't heard of the BFA, they're basically a regulatory body for franchising in the UK, and they see things from the perspective of the franchisee, not the franchisor. So their responsibility is to make sure that franchisors, like Sarah and I, are working ethically and are working fairly with their franchisees. That contract is a 5-year rolling contract. So if after 5 years you want to sign up again, you do so at no cost, and you just sign another 5-year contract. The application to training can take about 6 weeks, as little as 6 weeks. And I've mentioned to you our next training dates are in March. And finally, customer reviews. I have already mentioned that we are now a part of Trustpilot, and we're rated 5-star excellent. So we hope that that's going to give our customers real confidence in the fact that they're sending their children to a high quality company. And we hope also that for you as prospective franchisees, it will also just give you that extra little bit of confidence as well, knowing that you can get an idea of the kind of company that you would be joining and would be working with. So bear with me, I'm going to hand you back over to Sarah just for the last couple of minutes to see if there's any questions. Okay, thank you very much, Rachel. I hope you've all enjoyed listening to our business and how it could work for you. There are a couple of minutes left. Has anybody got any questions? If you have. Okay, so we've got, how long does it usually take to be up and running? So So if you mean when you get back into your territory, you would leave training with a 3-month business plan that we would have worked with you to create. And that business plan would be based on your personal circumstances. So most people come to training and they've given up their job by that time and they're ready to launch their business. So in those circumstances, they would come back in week 1 to have a little bit of extra training, a couple of webinar meetings and things. They would spend a week doing taster sessions, like practice sessions for a week. They would be possibly working to get the phone line sorted or the business account or any other little sort of admin things that they hadn't already done that week would be to do that. And then within another couple of weeks, free tasters or, your first launch classes or your first launch party. So it literally can be 2 to 3 weeks after training. Some people might come to training and then because they're going on holiday or something is happening in their life, they might just wait for a few more weeks. But again, that's one of our ways of making sure that the business plan that you go back with after training is absolutely right for your circumstances. So I hope that answers that question. Is there anything else? Just have a look. No? Okay. Well, that is it from Rachel and Kirsty and I. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you to Working Mums for hosting us. And as I say, if you'd like to get in touch with us or know anything else about Pyjama Drama, please do so. The next step would probably be just to pop over onto the website and watch videos, go onto Trustpilot, read the reviews, find out as much as you can about us before you take the next step. And part of that might be giving us a call or asking for a call back. So thank you very much, everybody. We hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.